Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. My name is Muhammad Mustaqim bin Abdul Wahab. I'm from UUM Seremban Learning Center. My Matric ID is 9202080555130001. Okay, actually this task require me to give a informative speech about culture in Malaysia. Okay, as we know, Malaysia is multicultural society with Malays, Chinese and Indians living side by side. The Malays are the largest community. They are mostly Muslim, but they are Christians and Hindus amongst them. The Malays speak Bahasa and are largely responsible for political fortunes of the country. The Chinese comprise about a third population. They are Buddhists, Toys, speak Hokkien, Hakka and Cantonese, and are dominant business community. The Indians account for about 10% of the population. They are mainly Hindus, Tamil from southern India. They speak Tamil, Malayalam and some Hindi, and live mainly in the larger towns on the west coast of Peninsula. There is also a sizable Sikh community. Today, the Malays are Malaysia's largest ethnic group, make up more than 50% of the population. In Malaysia, the term Malay refers to a person who practice Islam and Malay traditions, speaks the Malay language and whose ancestors are Malays. Their conversion to Islam from Hinduism and Theravada Buddhism began in the 1400s century, largely influenced by the decision of the Royal Court of Malacca. The Malays are known of their gentle mannerism and rich arts heritage. Here are 10 interesting about Malay custom and tradition you should know. First is, the children of Malay household are strictly bound by custom to look upon their parents with respect and total obedience. Following Islamic practices, Malays will attend Friday Jumaat prayers at nearby mosque around noon. Most business will give a 2 hours lunch break or even longer on Friday for Malays and Muslims to go perform their prayers. Whereas morning school sessions are dismissed early and afternoon sessions start later to allow time for students and parents to carry out the prayers. The traditional Malay dressing is quite conservative as per laws of Islam. The Malay formal dress for men is the baju Melayu, like I'm wearing. A loose long sleeve shirt where is worn over a pair of trousers. A white cap known as kopiah is worn while going to the mosque for prayers. A velvet cap like I'm wearing now, called as a songkok, is also worn along with the formal dress in leather shoes. Women on the other hand wear baju kurung, a loose tunic worn over a long skirt, which is usually made of batik, silk or songket material. A shawl known as a selendang is used to cover their head. A Malay woman does not leave the house for 40 days after the birth of her child. At the end of his period, a ceremony called bercukur is conducted where the child's head is shaved. Traditional Malay houses in the village kampung are constructed of wood, timber and palm leaf, called as atap. It is built on the platform that is raised on steel. This is done not only to protect the household from floods and the incursion of any wild animal or reptile, but also to keep the house cool during the hot tropical days. When a guest visits the home, the host greets them the Arabic phrase Assalamualaikum, which means peace be upon you. During the festive celebration of Hari Raya, the Muslim undertake a month-long fasting known as Ramadan. The fasting begins with the sighting of the new moon and end on the last night of the same moon. During that month of the Muslim fast from sunrise to sunset. Malays always use the right hand while eating, even when they use fork and spoon. In fact, all good things are done with the right hand, including hold the holy book of Al-Quran. Malay weddings are grand affair. The most important part of Malay wedding is the bersanding, where the couple is seated next to each other on a sofa called the palamin. This is mark of approval and blessing. Loved one and guests sprinkle the couple with scented water and yellow rice. The guests are given a bunga telur or ornamented edge festoon with a flower as a sign of fertility. Okay, how is Malay wedding conduct? Before every Malay wedding ceremony, the couple will have to go through the stage of merisik, meminang, bertunang and akad nikah and bersanding. First, merisik, or known as visit and observe. Back when the practice of arranging marriage were common, this was the most crucial step. Merisik is when the family of the man pay a friendly visit to the family of the woman whom they have in mind as his potential bride. On top of knowing the woman and her family better, it is also ensure that the woman is not already engaged. As Muslim, men are not allowed to propose to another man's fiancée. Till today, Muslim families still find this pre-wedding custom relevant, but it's more of a formality instead of a prerequisite. Doing so implies the Muslim man is ready to take the relationship to the next level and requires their blessing. We go about meminang or bertunang. The proposal is the next is meminang. An elder family member of the man's family will pay a visit to the bride's family to seek her hand in marriage. The bride will be given ample time to decide. As Malay culture, teach them to do not rush into decision when it comes to choosing a life partner. When accepted, both families will exchange betrothal gift before the senior female member of the groom's family present the engagement ring to the bride. After that, the groom gives the bride's family with duit hantaran, or known as bride price. Usually, a big feast will be held to proclaim and celebrate their engagement. Third step of this perkahwinan in Malaysia, marriage is solemnization, akad nikah. Akad nikah is known as a solemnization. Is a ceremony to hand the bride away. It is headed by the wali, who is customarily the father of the bride. This matrimonial ritual is done in the presence of two witnesses, an Islamic official, the Qadi. Before starting, the Qadi is to summon the bride and get her consensus for the marriage. Once she's agreed, the prayer commences, followed by a sermon on marriage in Islam. The groom will then sign the marriage contract and read his vows. Shortly after, the groom will give his wife to be mas kahwin, known as dowry, which will rightfully be hers and only hers. After customary handshake between the groom and the Qadi will announce them as a husband and wife. The fourth step is Majlis Persandingan. It's known as enthronement ceremony. The enthronement ceremony takes place on the actual wedding, which is usually one day after the solemnization ceremony. During this special Malay wedding ceremony, a beautifully decorated couch can be seen on top of an elevated platform. This is called the pelamin, which is the centerpiece of the ceremony. The bride will be waiting on the pelamin with her face hidden by a hand fan held by mak andam and a close female relative. The groom will have to complete a series of light-hearted and charming challenges prepared by the bride's relative and friends. In order to reach his bride, a band of male musicians will escort the groom while singing various verses from the Quran. This is the Islamic way of seeking blessing for newlyweds. Only the groom reach her bride. She guests will be invited to express their well wishes. Okay, thank you for watching.